Crimson Tide Chase business. We're not going to get that.
T-Town Thomas.
T-Town. I mean, it's 1 week. But again, this is going to paint me in a bad way because people are going to assume I have this Alabama bias or something. But it was more of just, hey.
Roll Tide Thomas. Houndstooth Thomas.
None of these are
Get on the Thomas Tide Power Hour.
Wow. None of these
You're not going to be able to get rid of it. You have a new host or co-host every day. So, I mean, Ethan Stone's probably going to do it tomorrow. Definitely Jack Foster on Friday. I mean, you bet him a lunch that Alabama was going to win.
Well, to be fair, I think Ethan's probably, if I do a power rankings of the nicest, Ethan Stone's number 1.
You're just saying that because everybody's been so mean this week.
Well, hold on. Shumpert, it's expected. Sylvia, expected. And Jack, 100% expected. So I'm going to go 0 for 3 there, but Ethan's going to be a nice break.
So now it seems like you're calling out Bob a little bit because he's hiring all these mean guys, right?
I mean, mean towards me, but they've earned it. But as I've got to, what we learn is you know how comfortable or how well I know somebody here in the Knoxville media market based on how mean they are to me. Okay. So if they're pretty mean, it's like I know them pretty well at that point. Like Sylvia was not mean to me early on, but now Sylvia, he knows me. He's done a lot of shows. Yes. And then the only person I will say, there's one caveat. There's one outlier, and he's going to love that he's the outlier here. Caleb Giroux was the one who first came in, guns blazing, out of the gate with me, and just no fear.
Hated you.
Like, he just went at me immediately. Caleb Giroux is going to be a star of this injury because he will look you in the eye, and he'll be like, wrong, and just tell me to my face, and it was great. Like, Caleb Giroux was one of the biggest stunners of anyone I've gotten to know here in the Knoxville market because the guy's confident, and it's good.
Let me get one more off.
Yes.
Let a Chase Thomas know.
Wow.
I mean, what happened on Saturday? Your guys looked horrible.
Not my guys.
I know you were spiking the TV remote.
I wasn't spiking. I don't think I've ever spiked a TV remote. I'm not that kind of watcher or viewer. It will come as no surprise to anyone who knows me personally that I'm not a yeller.
You're calm throughout a game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pace though. Like I do one of those where I'll get up and I'll start pacing. Like the Alabama-Tennessee game in 22, I was pacing a lot. I was walking around with
doing a million others.
Yeah, like walking around with my hands behind my back, just pacing around like I'm just because I'm an old guy in spirit. I'm an old soul, so I'm a pacer, but I'm not a yeller.
My last true question: are we selling the stock on Alabama, or are we or is Alabama turning everything around and they're still going to win the national championship?
I'm not selling the latter part, but I will sell. Like I'm listening to offers on Ty Simpson QB1. Like I am listening to I don't know about this, but I will say I'm not selling my Kalen DeBoer Alabama stock here. I mean Garrett on Monday was out of the gate firing on me about the Alabama part of it too. So I mean, can't really avoid that. Garrett's on the show 3 times a week. So Garrett's he might bring it back here on this show. He hasn't said anything yet. I mean, he might be getting ready for something.
Just to defend you a little bit, though, like it was at Florida State.
Yes.
Clearly a new team.
Yes.
Maybe they're just better than we thought. They might go make the college football playoff. But if Alabama doesn't make it, then I'm sorry. Then you're.
My thing was they let Thomas Castellanos run all over them after he talked all the smack over the summer. As a quarterback who was benched at Boston College the last 4 games of the year for Grayson James, who lost the quarterback job to Dylan Longerin this season.
Right. I mean, Dylan Lonergan's a good player. That is something that's kind of like Dylan Lonergan's a good player. I mean, from Brookwood, my rival high school down there in Lilburn, Georgia, Snellville, stand up. But
right, I'm saying he's a good quarterback, but the point is Thomas Castellanos was benched to end the season last year.
But he was also a bad fit for Bill O'Brien's game.
Yeah, he's better in the Gus Malzahn scheme, 100%, but it's just a game that Alabama should never lose.
Did you see the A.J. McCarron spin zone on it from yesterday?
I did see that.
They're poor.
Fault.
Yeah.
And if you're curious, Alabama is tied with Ohio State for the best blue chip ratio in the country this year. So I don't know how much you can blame NIL on that one.
But also, there's been a lot of it's just kind of weird how we talk about college football now. Like we have these open conversations about who has money and who doesn't in NIL. And now we have conversations about Penn State joining Adidas this week. It's like, what does that mean for Tennessee? Is Tennessee no longer the flagship school of Adidas because Penn State moved over? And it's just, the conversations are very odd where to me, I'm like, let's all just breathe. Let's take a deep breath. If you're an Alabama fan, you're like, hey, you're not poor. you're doing pretty well in the recruiting circuit. Like you're okay there. And then it's like Tennessee, hey, you're going to have your best recruiting class in 10 years that we'll talk about from rivals in a good point there since 2014. It's like things are pretty good. Let's not just let's just not go worst case scenario here and what all that means for Adidas, what that means for Alabama's future budget and all this kind of stuff. It's just odd. Like
it was always going to happen if other schools went to Adidas. They were going to one up you. It's kind of like NFL quarterbacks.
But we don't even know if they're one upping us. Like there's we don't know the details or anything.
Yeah.
We're just going to that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what can this stuff
That's
just
the
play
reports
out?
are that they're going to be the brand for Adidas now, just like we were like last week.
It's like I think they're okay. They're promoting Tristan Keys pretty heavily. Like he was getting shout outs on their bio. I'm just not really worried about Adidas and Tennessee's relationship. I think they're going to be pretty good.
They're giving us more money than Nike, and that's all you can ask.
100%.
Yeah,
it's a good deal for Tennessee. It's a better deal than what you had.
Absolutely, we're a better school in Penn State.
Tennessee's a way bigger brand. Than Penn State.
Absolutely.
And it's throughout all the Penn State has football, and even that. I mean, they've been good, but they haven't gotten over the hump.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Penn State hockey on the move.
Sure.
They don't have baseball and basketball, though.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Freddie DeLeon. He's sleeping over there.
Oof. Penn State had a little bit of a glimmer, and then it's actually one of those where it's a cautionary tale where Micah Shrewsbury left for Notre Dame. Hasn't worked at all in Notre Dame, but it was cooking in Happy Valley for a little bit. Grass is not always greener.
Was it Lamar Stevens? He was really good there for a couple of years, but
he had something. Like he turned the corner in Happy Valley, and then he went over to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame basketball just cannot. That's a weird one too. That like Notre Dame cannot figure out basketball post like the last decade of Mike Bray was just not good. What was his name? Not Pittsnoggle. Who was the big for Notre Dame? They had a big for who was it? Hancock? Who was that?
I think I vaguely.
Do you know what I'm talking
about? I remember the face.
Yeah, they had a really good big way back in the day.
Yeah, Pittsnoggle was West Virginia.
Yeah, him and Gansey.
Yeah.
Who I think is a higher up in the Cleveland Cavaliers organization. He's been there for a long time. Mike Gansey.
Yeah.
He was the one who wore the t-shirt, lefty t-shirt under the jersey.
Yep.
Someone I respected because I did that in my AAU days.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Love a good white tee under. That's how you know he's a hooper. And he's that's how you know. The real ones wear the big white tee underneath the jerseys. But you don't really see that anymore.
No.
Not a lot of guys do that.
No.
Not the baggy, at least.
Well, we appreciate you all joining us here from 1 to 3 right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville. Ryan Sylvia of Rocky Top Insider with us every Wednesday. At this time, you can call or text us. 865-966-3435 is the way to be a part of today's show. We also got Garrett Armbrust and Brett Hoolander here on the ones and twos, as well as we got a packed house for you guys. So we'd love for you to join the conversation today at 865-966-3435. We're also streaming on our YouTube channel, growing more subscribers each and every day right there on our YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to watch us, you can do so by typing in Fanrun Sports on YouTube and finding us there. And then make sure you download that free Fanrun Radio app so you can listen whenever, wherever for all of our 12 hours of content each and every day. It's easy. It's free in the store. Download the Fanrun Radio app today so that you get access to all of our great content and such. Ryan Sylvia, you had a day though, before we dive into all kinds of great Tennessee stuff here. I heard stories. Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider yesterday. I felt bad, man. It seemed like you were going through the ringer. Brett knows about it a little bit. I'm not sure if Garrett knows, but I want to get Garrett's input here as well because he's a current student and having to fight through the traffic issues at Tennessee, or parking issues rather.
Traffic too, I'm sure.
Well, I was going to say they kind of go hand in hand, I imagine, just getting in and out of class. But Sylvia, how are you feeling 24 hours removed from just a diabolical day on campus for you?
I mean, I was playing with fire.
Yeah.
I don't really have another option than to play with fire, I guess. But I was playing with fire, so you get what you deserve, I suppose. But it comes down to just, I guess, the infrastructure of the parking on campus. But I also feel like this is far from a University of Tennessee. I feel like every single college on earth complains about the parking situation. So I am also curious about what Garrett has to say because he is a student right now. And I was a student horribly long ago, just a few years ago. And I feel like it's already so much worse from what I've heard now than it was a few years ago.
I would say I'm lucky because I live on the Strip. So I have I park in like a gravel lot that's going kind of back up toward the fort from my apartment complex. And it's very easy to get in and out of there. And then getting on the interstate, you just drive down Cumberland. So it's not that bad. But I do have buddies that don't have parking spots and they have commuter passes where you have to go park in whatever the one is next to the baseball stadium. That one's always full, that parking lot. And then there's one on Clinch that you can park in. But it is kind of a nightmare situation usually when you roll into one of those and there's no spots available. And then parallel parking around campus is also a nightmare. So definitely would not recommend doing either of those. But what was the situation that got you in trouble?
I had some outstanding tickets, so I got a boot in my car. But like I said, I had some outstanding tickets. So,
but he was also there working. It was one of those deals where
they don't know that.
Pass,
yeah, you should. That should all be waived. I think
like a big J on your car,
100%.
Big J journalism or something.
But also, if you get out of college with whatever you get out with, and they don't boot you before you graduate, and they don't get that money from the expired parking tickets. Sorry, off the docket. He's now a professional.
Where does like the Mike Wilsons and like all those like other guys that are covering this stuff? Where do they get different parking than everybody else? Are they getting these students?
Same situation.
Golly,
y'all all just need to carpool. Like it's just there needs to be a Rocky Top Insider bus. There needs to be the Knox News bus. There needs in that whole deal where y'all all just maybe there's just Tennessee. The University of Tennessee provides a journalism transportation.
Well, even Alex, who was sitting here yesterday, was talking about. I think he's gotten a couple tickets.
Yeah,
I think he mentioned Caleb Giroux yesterday. Was like, showed a picture of the lot with like G10. It was like empty.
Yeah,
like, why can't I park here? So it's crazy down there.
Shout out to Bob Baskerville of The Drive. He just texted the name we were looking for. He knows. Luke Herringody. That was the name.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
He was a dude. He was great. It was going to drive me nuts this entire show. Like I know they had a great.
I was going to look
back
it up
in the
at the break. I'm sure I could have found it pretty easy, but yeah.
Luke Herringody.
Yeah,
that's a blast from the past, man.
Definitely.
Tom Coverdale. Is he walking through that door from IU?
No, I don't think so.
Coverdale would have been great at Purdue in the modern era. You put Coverdale with Matt Painter and company.
Yeah,
they would have been a problem for
sure.
Well, we've got a jam-packed show for you guys. I appreciate Ryan Sylvia making it in. It's been a tough week. We hope that this will help your spirits here. You're a trooper, man. That's a lot. That's
How long did it take them to come out and get the boot off?
I was there that was probably the most frustrating part. Is I was there for like an hour.
You just were there outside your car.
Like, someone please, I've paid it. Someone please, for the love of God, come get this boot off. I'm trying to go home.
And I mean, that's tough, man. We were talking about like even in Atlanta, I never got booted. I found a way around it a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But never got booted. Never got a parking ticket or anything. I think I got trapped in a parking deck one time because it was like they wouldn't let you out after a certain hour, and I was like, I don't know what to do here. I remember that one. I was in one spot in a parking deck, and the little thing would not go up, and I was like.
Okay. You didn't have a ticket or whatever.
No, so I was like, I couldn't get out.
Nobody in the little booth.
Nobody in the booth.
Oh wow!
It was
Did you just try and go pick it up yourself.
I'm not that guy. I feel like that's like vandalism at that point. That's because if you break that, that's you're just adding to the issues. So yeah, that's a good question. I don't remember how that ended, but I do remember that a long time ago back in Atlanta. But either way, jam-packed show for you guys today with Ryan Sylvia, Brett, and Garrett here in studio on this fine Wednesday. When we come back, we'll talk a little Tennessee buy or sell, Vols offensive line and Vols defensive line. So stick with us. It's The Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun Radio app.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fanrun Radio, Knoxville.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fanrun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet. Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
It's the Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun Radio app. Ryan Sylvia of RockyTopInsider.com in studio with us here on this Wednesday. Garrett Hoolander and Garrett Armbrust. Oh, did I just combine y'all?
Yeah.
Brett Hoolander and Garrett Armbrust. That's my bad.
You all right over there?
I'm trying to get everybody in,
You're
and
really
I just
shaken up by this Bama thing.
look.
Oh, sorry. Did I go there again?
I hope I'm not the guy who
Roll
keeps
Tide
receipts.
Thomas.
We're not doing the Roll Tide Thomas, but we
Crimson Chase.
The Crimson Chase is just something I can just feel you, Shumpert, and Jack and everyone will not let go. I can just sense that's one that will be in the atmosphere all fall long.
I didn't know it was Alabama Fanrun Radio.
This is nasty work by you guys. Just absolute. Because this is how things start. And then the salacious rumors continue on. And then it's just, you're the Alabama radio host, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, because enough people heard it out of context that then it's a thing. Brett, you're part of this now. You brought it back. We weren't even going to go there. You just brought it back.
I was making sure you're all right. I think you're just shaken up by a lot of what's going on with you this week.
Brett, this is just small potatoes compared to what Brett is like on any day Tennessee does not add a running back to the recruiting class. Just small potatoes.
I'm big on the running backs. I love the running backs.
We know, Brett. And we're going to talk some. I hope that one of the topics on today's show is going to put you more at ease because things are pretty good. Things are pretty good, especially in context for where Tennessee's been on the recruiting trail. So we'll get to that in hour number 2. But as we continue on here, most interesting quote from Willie Martinez and or Joey Halsley this week was what to you, Ryan Sylvia?
I guess I would look at what Joey Halsley said. I mean, everyone's talking about Joey Aguilar right now, rightfully so. He looked pretty good against Syracuse. I think you have to be happy with what his debut looked like. He was asked about, what's the next step then for Joey Aguilar. Both Joeys trip you up, but what Joey Aguilar needs to do going forward, and he was very complimentary, I guess you should say at first, of what he was able to do. But he talked about, how you get those accuracy, how you get the completion percentage up is maybe being a little finer tuned in the RPO game. The quote was, just a couple of them got a little accelerated on the run pass stuff where we're reading conflict players and all that type, where we got a little accelerated and we weren't as accurate as we could be in those situations. So I thought that was interesting. Just, what is the next step for Joey Aguilar? Because he looked really good. What do you want to see out of him against ETSU? And it seems like something that maybe not an easy fix, but a manageable fix. It's not, him reverting back to old traits that Tennessee didn't like when he got to campus. Joey Halsey said he did a really good job of continuing to do all the things they were practicing as terms of fundamentals and footwork and all those different types of things. So I guess that's something to look out for in the ETSU game, is how he manages the RPO game and makes decisions quickly and stays accurate with the football.
Did anybody ask him about the running game, like calling a QB run for Joey when he was clearly banged up?
No, I mean, they like what he can do with his legs.
Yeah.
That was part of it. So, I guess they thought he was plenty healthy enough to pull that thing and run it at that point in the game. It was definitely a moment of everyone holding their breath when you look over the sideline. Jake Merklinger is starting to warm up, and Joey Aguilar is nowhere to be seen. It's like, oh God, what? Right as Tennessee fans probably got a lot of hope about what the quarterback situation looks like. Maybe he's banged up, but obviously ended up being fine. So I do think that is something they really like, though, is what he can do with his legs. We'll see how much they go to it. You want to keep him healthy, but there is a balance of taking advantage of that certainly as well.
Yeah, there's just no way around it. I mean, Hendon Hooker, part of what made Tennessee such an efficient machine in 21 and 22 offensively is like Hendon knew when to take off.
Mm-hmm.
Like the quarterback has to run. Like part of what happened to Tennessee's offense in the second half of this Alabama game on last year was Nico became a willing runner. Like that was part of it. Is like there's just no way around it. That's one of the. I mean, there's been a lot of revisionist history when it comes to the 2023 Joe Milton year from Vol fans. But I think one of the things that's just you can't avoid is that Joe showed how much better this offense could be when he was a willing runner. And it was on the road in Tuscaloosa where Joe was putting his shoulder down and doing some option stuff. And that's how Tennessee jumped out to a big lead on the road in Tuscaloosa. It was like, nobody wants to hit Joe. Like Joe is built like Cam Newton. He has the same measurables, height and weight, everything else. And like, he's a load man. And he just did not want to do that. So it was just one of those deals where, man, I just don't know if this scheme works without you being a willing runner. I think you have to at the quarterback position, but like you said, you have to balance picking your spots and when to do it. I just thought Syracuse was not one where I needed Joey to take some shots. Like that was not one of those. The game was over. I shouldn't say over. It was in hand. Like it was not a situation where you really had to put him in harm's way. And he's going to have to run against Georgia. There's no way around it. Like that's going to be a part of it. But in terms of Syracuse, I was surprised. I mean, he should not have any design runs against ETSU this week. That is something, I guess, to watch out for on Saturday afternoon. But yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely a willing runner, smart runner, but not a natural slider, which has me a little bit concerned.
Whole lower shoulder. He doesn't care.
Yeah, which is a little scary because Hendon Hooker, part of the reason he didn't get hurt, he was a slider, man. Hendon Hooker knew how to.
It took him he had some ugly slides early in his Tennessee tenure.
But he tried. Like, he tried to slide.
He tried. I mean, yeah, if he needed to, he could get a little physical too, but he tried to avoid contact for the most part.
Nico was, he was tough. Nico,
yeah,
he broke a helmet, man.
Nico, but yeah, I think a lot of people disagree with me on this. I don't fully blame him for the Arkansas running out of bounds situation. I truly think he thought there was time on the clock. Well, which is a whole different situation of not having the awareness attribute, I guess, if you're talking college football 26 about the time on the clock. But I mean, it wasn't like the Joe Milton 21 Ole Miss game where he just bowed out of bounds and gave up on the game. It was, I'm getting this first down. I'm diving. I'm getting contact. Nico, you can say everything you want about him. He did not have a great year last year by any means, but he was physical when he needed to be. He'd lower his shoulder if he had to. Varying degrees of success, but he would do it.
You know, it just reminded me that Hendon actually did get hurt both seasons at Tennessee in 21, where he got knocked out of that game against Ole Miss. And then, obviously, against South Carolina, his injury. I forgot that he actually missed, obviously the Joe Milton part of it, but you just forget that's why he was in, was Hendon had to leave the game for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Milton in 23 is the only guy to have a clean bill of health throughout the entire season as the starting quarterback for UT. So hopefully Joey, for his sake, can continue that trend. And it's not we're not continuing that trend, but join Joe Milton, I should say, in that department.
Tennessee needs that.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I did like about him, it's not the same as, the design runs and tucking the ball and carrying, but he was great improvising too, I thought. The Star Thomas touchdown jumps out where he was able to avoid pressure. I thought his pocket presence was pretty solid too. That's part of the reason there were 0 sacks. Yes, the offensive line played very well, but anytime he did face pressure, I thought he did a good job of avoiding it, getting the ball out, extending plays, doing those different types of things. And then, one that I didn't necessarily pick up live, but Joey Halsley talked about like 2 connections with Miles Kitselman that were just completely off script. So like that shows you too, there is some chemistry that's being built. They are continuing to do those things in the short amount of time they have, and that he is able to go off script, improvise, roll out of the pocket, do those different types of things, which in Tennessee's system, I feel like you're not having to ask it a crazy amount because the ball comes out so quickly a lot of the times, but it certainly doesn't hurt, especially when you're in the red zone like that connection with Star Thomas.
Well, it's the whole deal of like, you're not going to beat Georgia without being able to work outside of structure. And that's part of the deal. Is like Hendon, I love Hendon Hooker, but that was one of the issues against Georgia in 22 was like, that was just, they could not do anything outside of structure. It was just kind of DOA for most of that game when Jalen Carter was just capsizing the interior of Tennessee's offensive line. There wasn't just an alternative where, Stetson Bennett, he'll always, I think, be underrated at this point, but one of his best qualities, even working within the confines of the Todd Monken offense, he was still a guy who operated extremely comfortably outside of structure. Like he would take off when he needed to. He'd throw on the run when he needed to. Like that is part of the deal. Will Howard, on his way to a national title at Ohio State, he played outside of structure and did things sometimes when the Buckeyes needed him to just make a play as an older quarterback transfer coming in from Kansas State. Like you said, that Star Thomas play, no other Tennessee quarterback is throwing that ball in the last 4 years under Josh Heupel. That was a different kind of deal, not only just because it was a running back, but he is comfortable outside of structure. And that is both exciting and also kind of terrifying if you're a Vol fan, is that he is going to operate outside of structure. He's 24. Like this is part of the deal. He had 2.5 months to get ready. And when it's working, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But then there are gonna be times where he operates outside of structure and you're like, because he's the ultimate no, yes guy. Mm-hmm. And there was some no, yes stuff on Saturday, but a lot more no, yes than no. But yeah, it's fun. Week by week, enjoy it for what it is. Week 1, he passed with flying colors, and I enjoyed watching him operate outside of structure.
Yeah, I don't think the interception numbers will touch what they were last year, but I do anticipate him to turn the ball over a little bit.
Yeah.
Within Josh Heupel's system, I completely expect it to go down, like I said. And I don't think it'll be to the point where it's like there is a interception issue with Joe. I don't think it'll get to that point either.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's exciting. It's fun. He didn't really put the ball in harm's way too much against Syracuse. There was a couple moments where you almost hold your breath for a second, but he did show think about that first drive, Chris Brazzell, DPI. So, it worked out and he did have a step on him. So maybe it was complete if there was no DPI, but he let that thing fly. He saw the opportunity early in that game and he let that thing fly, which, you called it last week too when we were previewing the show, but I
forgot about that. You texted me. That was I appreciate that was all class from you, Ryan.
Yeah, I had to, because I was saying they were just going to try to control this thing. I was off. I'll admit, I thought it was Tennessee's defense is too good to let Syracuse do anything. Just run the ball, sit back, and roll into the ETSU week. Tennessee's offense maybe outperformed the defense. I think you could say that, right?
So, I would say that, yeah.
I didn't have that, and I thought they were going to play it slow out the gates and get them integrated into the offense, and you're all over it. Let's let this thing fly early.
It's just going to be. Will Heflin made this great point on Tony Basilio's overtime reaction show on Saturday, where he was like, and I'm paraphrasing here, basically, Joey Aguilar has shown that he's going to be the guy who wins Tennessee a game they shouldn't this year, whether that's Georgia, Florida on the road, Bama on the road, something like that. Maybe even in a dogfight against Oklahoma, where he just balls out and does enough to outduel John Mateer or something, because Tennessee's defense is not able to contain Mateer. But then on the flip side, some of these chances he takes, especially like over the middle, is back open for business. And there was a dropped interception for a touchdown by Syracuse because Syracuse defensive lineman tipped it at the line. But there was a Syracuse safety when Tennessee was in the red zone on Saturday who was grabbing his helmet. Do you remember that play where he read the entire play perfectly? Where I guess it was Braylon Staley inside, but he was waiting for Aguilar to throw right over the middle, watch his eyes, and there was no one in front of him. So Aguilar's not making that stop. So he would have taken that bad boy back like 90 plus yards for a touchdown. So that's kind of lost in the ether. And also just like, he's not going to clean up a lot of these missing high stuff. Like he's not going to clean up a lot of the accuracy stuff. And there's been a dispute now within the Tennessee fan base I've seen of like how much of it was Joey versus how many were wide receiver drops. I understand the idea that if it touches the wide receiver's hand, he should bring it in. But like, for instance, the Travis Smith one, he completely airmailed. Like Travis Smith had no chance on that ball to the left-hand side. And then I would say the majority, the ones to Mike, were not catchable. Like they were behind, either really behind.
Brazel had a pretty bad drop.
Brazel had the worst drop of the day. Like
Ethan
the one that hit him in
Davis,
the chest on that slant, like that was.
It would have been a good catch from Ethan Davis, but he probably should have caught that one in the flat. It would have been a good catch though.
Right.
So it was not a good throw.
I feel like if the ball's in front of you, you got to catch it. Even if you got to go up, if it's like at you or behind you, like I understand, but if it's in front of you and you're running toward it as a wide receiver, you got to make that play.
And that was the Brazel Davis stuff. Like the ones behind were Matthews. Like he was throwing. Matthews was having to like move his body around all over the place.
No, that's different. But if it's in front of you, you gotta make the play.
Yeah,
I'll hold off though on. I think there's a chance he could clean that up. I mean, it's not the easiest change in the world to fix your kind of, I guess, release point to get the ball down a little bit, but I'll hold out some hope that he can get some of those passes a little lower and more on target.
What do you think his completion percentage is going to be? I mean, he was going in the 50s going into the fourth quarter on Saturday. Do you really believe he's going to be a high, like that's going to get cleaned up, that he's going to be a high completion percentage guy?
No, I think it'll probably be around 60 to 65 by the end of the season. I think we'll have a nice number. One against ETSU, and I think those will help.
He was 55 last year, that.
Yeah.
So I think it goes up from that.
It better.
I think they'll give him
I don't think that's sustainable.
You have to add in all the screens. You have to add in all the easy throws.
But that's where he struggles the most, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, you're still going to complete that more often than not. And with, you mentioned over the middles back in play, a lot of that's because of the adjustments Josh Heupel and the offense made, where you're saying, all right, the wide splits all the way out to the sideline still going to be a part of the identity of the Tennessee offense. But now all of a sudden it's looking a lot more like the rest of the country, and maybe not as dramatic as the NFL, but like you're bringing guys in a lot, and that certainly makes the middle of the field easier to hit when the guy doesn't have to start from 20 yards away. He's just right there pretty much at the hash or something like that, and he can get across early. I mean, that's how Mike Matthews got that first catch of the game. So
also, throws aren't going to get easier as you move along in the season.
Well, this week they'll get easier.
Coverage and different things like that.
Well,
I mean, some
of them though. I mean, like I get what you're saying, but like Alabama, Georgia, but like man, Syracuse is probably a better team than Kentucky.
Not defensively. Kentucky is still a great team defensively.
You say great?
Yeah, I think they're
They're
great
not
defensively.
A great team defensively.
That's a loser.
They might be a fine team defensively, but
they're better. I would say Syracuse has a better defense than definitely Mississippi State.
Arkansas.
Kentucky.
Great's a strong word. When I think great, I'm thinking Georgia and like LSU.
I mean, Kentucky has an average defense in the SEC. They just don't have They don't have a pulse on offense.
Yeah. That game, I mean, they were in a dogfight with Toledo on Saturday.
Toledo's really good, though. I mean, that was the pick that everyone was picking Toledo to win that game.
Yeah.
So here's I got this for you guys. So where would you guess Kentucky's S&P Plus is defensively through week 1?
I don't even know what that means.
Bill Connolly's stat advanced metric.
I don't think that's fair though, because everybody plays a different opponent. Like some people in week 1 are playing FCS teams, and
he does factor in schedule for his rankings in particular.
But how do you factor in schedule of one game?
That's a good question.
Is that still off season weighted too?
No.
So it's a brand new ranking.
Yeah, he did. Like he had his final preseason projections, but now it's based on like what we saw for the first week. Yeah, because some guys moved up, some guys moved down. Just kind of where you're at, but they are in the 20s. So Kentucky is in the 20s.
I'll see where they are when they play a good offense in Ole Miss.
Right. I'm just saying there's a lot of problems with Kentucky football and Mark Stoops and where that ship is going. Defense is still probably one of those, with Brad White being one of the best defensive coordinators in the sport. Like I'm still going to lean that's going to be a better defense than what Tennessee mostly sees this year. I mean, they contained Georgia. What was that slot fest? They put Georgia. They dragged Georgia into the
13-10.
Yeah,
12. Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky.
Yeah, but we always light up Kentucky, right?
We have lit up Kentucky consistently, especially even on the road. So when we come back, we'll continue the conversation on all things Tennessee. We'll talk about Kim Caldwell's presser on Thursday with our Lady Vols insider Ryan Sylvia as we get some insight into where things are with the Lady Vols, as we heard from Kim Caldwell the first time this offseason. So stick with us. It's The Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always stream for free on that Fanrun Radio app.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the hell is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's Nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit menspro-knoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
On radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun radio app. We go to the phone lines right now. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hello.
Is that Roberto from Maryville?
King Roberto from Maryville, or Roberto from King Maryville, one of the two.
There you go. How are you doing, my friend?
What's up? Man, I'm really well. I caught the tail. Are you really into Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what I heard yesterday?
Absolutely not. There is not one part
I
of it.
thought you went to Dragon Con.
No, see, here's what happened. See, this is the whole thing. When you don't get the whole story, and this is why I've told
I
Ryan.
didn't. I was very busy yesterday.
See,
I was just asking the question.
And this is the whole thing I was telling Sylvia about. When he says these things out of context, where he calls me Crimson Chase because of my preseason.
Oh, I was about to call you Crimson Chase because you are absolutely a bammer in orange clothing.
That's not.
I agree.
None of this is accurate. It's just I'm a believer in Bama this particular season.
So, I told you. I done told you.
There's no telling me yet. It's week 1, Roberto. It's week 1. Can we all just breathe? Can we breathe?
He is trash. He is hot dog water.
Okay. We'll see. You could be right, but give it another week. Can we give Kalen DeBoer another week at Alabama?
Oh, no, I'm not worried about him. I think if he gets his quarterback, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, Ty Simpson is a joke. Was a clown in high school, is a clown now.
Well, coming in firing, Roberto. But no, I am not a Dungeons and Dragons guy. But there was Dragon Con in Atlanta this weekend, so that was going on.
You were there.
So that was going on the same time as Tennessee and Syracuse. So one of our interns was at there, so I was asking him about how that went.
Garrett probably saw it too.
Oh yeah, Garrett, you were there too. Did you see the Dragon Con cosplaying and stuff? Yeah,
it was a sight to behold.
There you go.
Have you ever accidentally walked up into one of those things, like a Comic-Con, Dragacon, any of those? Have you ever walked into one of those by accident, like not knowing what was going on?
Are you asking me or Garrett?
Yeah, or anyone.
Anybody. Yeah, I definitely have, yeah.
It's so awkward when you run into elven people. Yeah, some dude playing a hammered dulcimer walking around. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a whole new world.
When we went to
It's not Renaissance Fair, by the way. It's Renaissance Fair, and they get very upset about that.
When we went to the game, the lady that Ubered us from my house down to the stadium, she was like, I was going to pick up some other people, but it looked like y'all were going to the football game, so I elected to pick you up instead.
That's funny.
You'd rather deal with a whole bunch of drunk people than a whole bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, I think that was,
God bless her.
what she was looking for.
Yeah, it's but hey, man, like I told Alex, I mean, they're just going strong. Like that thing has been going for. I mean, I'm from Atlanta, and they've been doing that for a really long time. They're committed, man. You would think it would lose steam after, I mean, Comic-Con, all that, but people every year. I'm just not a dress-up guy too, so it's not for me. I'm not a big sci-fi dress-up guy. It's just not my deal. But teach their own.
A couple years ago, my wife and I were walking downtown Knoxville. We were on a date.
Yeah.
And a guy walks past me, and I'm like, I know who that is, but I don't know who that is.
Uh-huh.
Like one of those, I know who you are, and you're out of place.
Yes.
And I heard him talking. I was like, holy smokes, it's Jamie Lannister. So is Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
I love that you said his last name because that's one of those last names that I couldn't not even begin to be able to pronunciate without hearing it out loud already. That was great.
Well, I could have said it wrong, but
I don't know. Run with it because there was so much confidence in how quickly you got through that I think that's right. We're gonna operate on that. And
super friendly guy.
So it actually was him.
I didn't want to be. Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, do you like Knoxville? And his cool because he's not English. He's actually like Norwegian.
Yes.
Or not even Norwegian.
I think he's like Denmark, right, or something.
Yeah, he's Scandinavian. It all counts. They're north of England. But he was very friendly. Like I wasn't trying to bother him.
Yeah.
Like, you like Knoxville? He goes, it's lovely. I love it here. And he goes, I come here every year when I get the chance.
Interesting.
So, he visits here. He enjoys it that much.
Do you know he does that? He's done a lot of these like Liam Neeson type movies. Have you watched a lot of his movie catalog, Roberto?
Not really. I just know him from Game of Thrones and maybe one or two other things. I think he's done a few rom-coms that my wife likes. So.
Okay. Have you seen Shot Caller with him?
No, I'm going to check that out, though.
Oh, my gosh. Shot Caller is one of the... it is an experience, man. It is a sprint. Shot Caller is like one of my favorite underrated...
Is it a scary movie?
It's not scary. It's... without diving in too much, he does go to prison. Like, it's a... If you're a big, like, Mayor of Kingstown guy, like I am, I love...
Oh,
love
yeah.
It. Okay, so if you love Mayor of Kingstown, you'll love Shot Caller.
Okay, cool. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Because you told me to.
And then report back, Roberto. I want to know what you think.
I will.
Of it.
It's going to be a bit. I'm in a love affair right now with what I consider Sylvester Stallone's best role.
Okay.
I'm in a love affair with Tulsa King right now.
I've heard good things.
Very good. Season 2 is getting a little like, okay, we're about to jump the shark, but he plays a great mobster.
There you go.
I'll leave it at that. Guys, as far as Crimson Chase is concerned, I tried to tell you that I don't think that Ty Simpson's a fit. With that said, I believe it's called, his name is Keelan Russell.
Keelan Russell, yeah.
Yeah, I think that he's the straw that's going to stir that drink. So I'd say by the time they play us, he'll be their quarterback. And Kalen DeBoer is going to get the old backup quarterback kick. You know what I mean? So I'm not chalking that one up to a win, but I think I am going to go now. Like I was on the fence, but I think I am going to go because as long as we're healthy, I think we have a chance. And that's where I was going with this last question to you guys. I mean, I hear things, you hear things, we all hear things, right? Like, I'm hearing Ricky Gibson, it's not a good situation.
Well, I mean, for Heupel to say extended for Heupel, who is very ambiguous when it comes to injuries and all that kind of stuff anyway, to get extended, I don't know, reading through the tea leaves, I don't think we're going to see Ricky Gibson back anytime soon.
I heard 2 at the basement, 6 at the top end-ish.
Yeah.
And that makes about sense. If it's like I heard pec, I've heard bicep, either one of those, like a strain, but only like a grade 1, that's about the diagnosis. So I'm reading my tea leaves from people that I talk to. I hear this. That sucks. Because I thought, you know what, this defensive secondary could be one of the 3 or 4 best in college football after watching them the first week. Now,
and they still could be really good.
Yeah, but I agree, by the way, 100%. But Jamad McCoy, this is where I'm getting at. If you're not going to have Ricky Gibson next week, and everybody's like, oh, you have to have Jamad McCoy, I'm not 100% sure I play him. I let him get healthy, and I try to beat Alabama and Florida, because beating one of Alabama and Florida on the road and beating Oklahoma, Mississippi State, and oh my gosh, I blanked, Arkansas at home, those games weigh so much more into whether you're going to make college football players or not. And that should be our measure as a Tennessee fan, period, end of sentence. Agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's so hard because they're different situations. There are also different draft projections. Like, one of the things is, like, Jamad doesn't have to play another set for Tennessee to be a first-round pick, it looks like. Like, he coming back is a great VFL moment. Like, he would be doing Tennessee a solid.
A favorite.
Yeah. Ricky Gibson is trying to move up in the projections.
Of what you're saying, by the way, Chase, I could be wrong, and you may hear differently, but everything being told is that they're basically pulling the reins on him. And it's like, hey, man, we're not going to let you play yet. We can't get you hurt yet. Like, if you get hurt, this is bad.
Are you talking about for Jamad or for Ricky?
Yeah, no, Jamad. Like, he's ready to rock.
I mean, if that's great, I mean, awesome, but I want to be very, very protective of Jamad. Ricky has more reason to get back. I mean, Ricky is trying to move up draft boards. It's a big year for him. And I just hate it for him because good kid, great recruiting story. And he was prime. I mean, he put on 20 pounds this offseason. He looked good out of the gate here, but he was primed to be CB1 until Jamad was ready. And it just, Tennessee, I mean, it's interesting you bring up the corners because for me, that's not where I think Tennessee needs to get healthy in a hurry. I think Ty Redmond flash. I think Boo Carter can now move into star. You got Jalen McMurray at the other spot. Colton Hood looks like the crown jewel of the transfer portal for Tennessee this cycle.
Maybe for college football, other than the kids at Cal playing quarterback. I agree.
I don't like calling him a transfer, by the way. This is just one of those deals where it's going to drive me nuts because he was at Oregon for a week for bowl prep, and then I mean that doesn't count as a transfer. He didn't dress. He didn't even go through spring practice with them. He was there for a couple weeks, and then he transferred to. I don't know. It's just they're going to call him a transfer all 3 years at Cal, wherever he does, and I'm just going to be like, that's not really transferring, but whatever. And I think when it comes to Tennessee's defensive line, who they need more than anybody is David Hobbs.
D-line.
They need David Hobbs healthy and back sooner rather than later. Jackson Moy is important, but I think David Hobbs is just, he has the highest upside of anyone in that interior room. He was primed for that Omar Norman Lott breakout.
Healthy. Would you rather have an always healthy Jackson Moy?
I mean, he's not healthy right now.
Injured. I wouldn't read into that more than.
I'm just saying he got banged up in the first series against Syracuse?
Yeah. Just trust me on this one.
I mean, I hope so, but I'm just saying that David Hobbs is someone that Tennessee, I think, is going to need. It would really need in the Georgia game. Like, you need his kind of upside.
But you're not going to bring him back for Georgia, are you?
It doesn't seem like it.
I mean, they said
Hobbs
multiple.
Is not going to be there for Georgia. He has a stress fracture in his foot. He's not playing.
That's quite a while.
Though I did see him on the sideline, like carrying his. Somebody had mentioned it, and I went back and looked at it. He was like carrying his crutches. He was not walking on them. He was like walking with them.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
A stress fracture, in my opinion, that would be a bad thing. Because it's like, dude, you're going to hurt yourself again. But as far as getting back faster, you got to think that it's going to get better. But I mean, have you ever had a stress fracture? Any of you guys?
I had it was kind of a stress fracture. I had an avulsion fracture in my navicular bone in my foot. Yeah.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, I had 6 of those at one time. That was fun. 6 avulsion fractures. I hit a tree at 30 miles an hour with my legs first.
That's a story time for another day with Roberto.
Yeah, we'll have a few beers. You'll owe me. I don't know. I don't love a guy who's got a stress fracture walking around without his crutches unless he is like on the precipice. Like tomorrow, he's out of that boot.
Well, I was big on David Hobbs this year. And I mean,
he should be. He's a phenomenal talent.
I mean, do you remember what Rodney Garner referred to him as this summer? Like who he compared him to? Richard Seymour. Like that, he coached Richard Seymour at Georgia. I mean, it's high praise. Rodney Garner's not that kind of guy, and he was putting a lot of praise on David Hobbs. And I just think he's kind of a forgotten upperclassman, 4-star guy from North Carolina, #1 player, I think, in the state of North Carolina that cycle. They need him back because they're just so thin in the interior.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just like, Nathan Robinson can play, but he got hurt twice in that game, and Tennessee doesn't have bodies there in the interior. Like, I'm big on Isaiah Campbell and Ethan Utley long term. I think it's just asking a lot to throw them into the fire against Georgia interior.
No, they should not be playing in that game.
But they have to.
Well, maybe. I'm going to tell you that I'm more than confident that Jackson Moy will be back for that game.
But you saw
that
Bryson Eason was playing
worse?
too many snaps on Saturday. Like, Bryson is not that kind of guy. I love Bryson Eason as leader and everything else. He was playing too many snaps. Like, Tennessee had a crazy amount of defensive snaps in that game. It was the most amount of defensive snaps they've had in since 22, I think. It was something crazy. So the snap count, they don't have the interior depth to handle a high defensive snap count load against Georgia. Like, they don't have the bodies.
Which is crazy to think, because that is has been the area of strength for our team in the last 3 years. But yeah, we're down a little bit. And, had the kid who's at Florida State, the defensive lineman,
Jason Jenkins. Yeah.
If he had stayed, we're having a different conversation. That guy flashed big time. You guys already know that, though. And he was pretty good this weekend for them. I don't know. Just looking across the board, I'm pretty confident in our defense of finding something and figure out a way to win any game we're in. So it just comes back to our quarterback play, and can we establish the run and keep it there? And our offensive line outperformed what I thought. Now, looking at statistics across the board, I'm less impressed with what our offense did, but it's not that it's not impressive. See where I'm going? I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Man, I hope you have a good day. Crimson Chase forever, right, buddy? Take care.
He couldn't hold it in at the very end there.
Thank you, Chase Thomas. No.
Roberto, we appreciate the call. Roberto from Maryville, always glad to have him check in here on the Chase. When we come back, we will continue our conversation on Tennessee. We'll talk about the most interesting takeaways from Kim Caldwell's presser, and then we'll talk some Tennessee recruiting, because we've got to continually, week over week, keep Brett Holander's spirits up on the Tennessee football recruiting trail. Stick with us. It's the Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun Radio app.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Hey Knoxville, this is Dr. Bree from Malone and Costa Dentistry at Knoxville Smiles. If the thought of going to the dentist fills you with fear and anxiety, then you'll be glad to know that we offer sedation services to all of our adult patients so that you can be calm and relaxed throughout your visit. To find out more, call us at 865-539-1776 and ask about our sedation procedures, or you can visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
It's the Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun Radio app. Ryan Sylvia, BrocketUpInsider.com, in studio with us on this fine Wednesday afternoon, along with Brett Hoolander and Garrett Armbrust on the ones and twos. Ryan, Kim Caldwell met with the media last week for the first time this summer, and it was pretty fascinating. Like you said when we were talking before we jumped on, of just like she spent a lot of time, and was very open, answered a lot of questions. But what did you glean from Kim Caldwell's back and forth? What was the most interesting thing she talked about? Obviously, everyone wants to hear about the Rui Whitehorn stuff, but that's just not going to be resolved anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like. So there's nothing really to report on that front. It's just got to let the legal situation play out there and see what happens. But in terms of everything else that she said and talked about, what was interesting to you?
I mean, she's the same blunt and honest Kim Caldwell, which is endearing, I think, to a lot of people. And it makes a fun press conference. Like, you got to word your questions correctly. But she was more willing to expand on stuff, I thought, this year already. Like, got a year of University of Tennessee level media under your belt, and she seemed, I guess, more open in that way, but she's still honest. Like, I asked her about, what are you further along right now, considering you don't have to start from scratch than you were a year ago? Like, you have returners, you have a year under your belt of knowing what SEC play in this level of college basketball looks like. And she's like, I feel like we're behind I don't love where we're at, but I'm also not a positive coach or person, is what she said. So it's like, that's just kind of Kim Caldwell's personality. So overall, it seemed like she's happy with this team. She likes the talent they have, and she thinks that they could go very far, but she's not letting her foot off the gas at all after a successful first year. Like, she is still very much not satisfied really by probably much of anything that her teams can do, just because that's the type of coach she is, but that's also the type of coach that I feel like can go really far in this sport.
Yeah, and she said, I would add a couple other things that Kim talked about. And I think she's, like you said, it's just kind of a breath of fresh air in terms of just how open and honest she is. It kind of reminds me of Vitello a little bit. When we were thinking about who she is the most in terms of personality wise, I feel like there's some Vitello stuff to her.
She's a lot more brief than Vitello. Vitello will spend 5 minutes and throw a movie reference and stuff in there, but he'll tell you the truth in it.
Yes.
But like, I asked her another thing, that out of conference schedule is stacked, and it's all on the road or at neutral sites against the good teams. So do you like this tough out of conference schedule? She said, no. Do I think it's necessary to make sure we're tested and we know who we are going into SEC play? Yes. And she just leaves it at that. And that is, I like it too. It's kind of refreshing where it's like, she'll tell you, a lot of coaches would have been, oh yeah, maybe just the second part. Yeah, it'll be good to test. She's like, no, I don't like this schedule. Like, what? There's a lot of hard games in this.
Well, and we talked about it. Like, this schedule for the Lady Vols hoops this season is pretty brutal. Like, Tennessee, the Lady Vols have a brutal schedule this calendar, and they're going to be battle tested. Like, there's going to be no question that come tournament time, if they continue that streak, they're going to be very battle tested. But this season, I feel like it's going to be the opposite of last year, where I think the record will not indicate how good Tennessee is on the Lady Vols side of things, right?
I mean, yeah, they didn't lose an out-of-conference game until ever, I guess, because
it was going into January.
Well, they beat UConn, and then they lost to Texas in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
So they only lost to SEC teams, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Well, I'm saying they didn't even lose their first game until January. Is that
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it was an SEC game. So it's like, and it was against good opponents too when they started dropping games. So I do agree though, like, surely they don't survive this entire out-of-conference slate again. Could they win any of those games? Yeah, I think they could, but when you're going on the road and you have to play at UCLA and you have to do those different types of things, even those neutral site games aren't going to be easy against Louisville and Brooklyn and NC State to open the season in Greensboro. I guess I'll just say, don't freak out if they lose some games this out of conference slate. Like, it's kind of expected.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that she was asked about that I wanted to kind of touch on here, and you and I have been kind of very curious how this is going to be. And Kim can't really say anything here because ultimately she doesn't know how this is. I'm sure Kim, she's got time to figure out the rotations and she's going to experiment obviously early on, but it's hard. It's going to be hard for her to balance this returning class of players along with 5 freshmen, multiple blue chippers. Like, some of these are 5-stars coming in who are going to have to be part of this rotation. And she said, quote, I think it's nice to have some people that know what they're doing and that you don't have to explain everything brand new. I'm sure talking about Talasia Cooper, Z Spearman, folks like that. And then you also have some additional coaches in the sense that they can get to the players on their teammates before I do. We can talk a little bit better. The drills aren't new. And then she said, and then again, when you have this many freshmen, they don't know anything other than to work hard in every single drill. So it's like the habits, like they're just kind of new. It's all fresh and you can kind of start from scratch with them. And she said they don't know which drills suck, which again, I just appreciate that she's just speaks very candidly here. They don't groan, they don't roll their eyes, they just do it, and they do it with everything they have. So, that's pretty exciting for Lady Vols fans in terms of just the freshmen. And that's kind of, a positive in that they're going forward and they're kind of wide-eyed and just, I don't want to say happy to be there, but just motivated, like they want to carve out a role and they know this is going to be a good team. And there's a lot of talented returning players and a couple transfers who are going to be pushing for leadership roles. And I think she even talked about it, Janiah Barker, right? Like, she's and her role as a leader on this team. And you talked about where it seems like she probably a good chance of starting potentially on this team as a 6-man last year. But I think her and Z Spearman, one of the leaders inside, and I don't know. I think it's a good balance, but it will be interesting to see how Kim Caldwell manages it because it's a very different group than what she had last year.
Yeah, I think she really likes having freshmen. She talked a lot last year about how you have to unteach so much stuff when you're running a unique system. Like, there's instincts that you've built up playing for other college coaches and other college schemes, where in high school, when you're coming to the college level, I think it's a lot easier to just look at it as a fresh slate. So that's something she talked about at the presser too, is like, you don't have to unteach these things to these 5 freshmen. some of them are going to play. It's hard to see all of them playing. Like that's just too much of a rotation. You still want to get your best players on the floor, but some of them are going to play. And we didn't get to watch an insane amount of practice or anything after that press conference. We got to watch a little bit, and they look good. I mean, if you were just out there just glancing, didn't know who anyone was, I don't think it would have been the easiest thing in the world to pick out who the 5 or the freshmen that were participating were and who wasn't.
If Ruby Whitehorn's not in the cards, who stands to get in the most minutes? Is there someone in particular, or is it still just going to be kind of a hodgepodge?
Yeah, I don't think that you could just like take out one, insert another. That's simply, there's a couple like, Denia Prawl and Jada Civil. How are they going to factor into things? Maybe it's a little more clear at the end of the rotation, like who would step up in that type of situation. Maybe Kaya Wynn plays a little bit more, where right now it's, what is she going to look like coming off of a really tough injury from a year ago where she just kind of recently got cleared. And so she's still working her way back. So I don't think it's as simple as maybe on the men's side of things where it's like, okay, well, if JP Estrella is not able to go, that means Felix has to play more and, the 2 power forwards and maybe Dwayne. Like, it's not as simple as that, I don't think, because it's more position ambiguous and it's more of obviously the rotations that would cover it up.
Which newcomer do you think's, like, I've heard a lot of talk about Nia Robinson or Robertson? Robertson. She's got a scoring background, right?
Yeah, she's a tough
SMU?
shot maker.
Is that what
SMU, she was at George Washington before that as well. And the thing with her that I'm curious about is what the efficiency looks like, because she can make just ridiculous shots.
Really?
But she was asked to do that a lot at SMU. I'm curious to see, does she go off script a little bit and try to make those tough shots?
Is she similar to Talasia a little bit? Like, because Talasia feels a little,
you
don't know what you're going to get. Like,
and
just
in
kind of
some
wild
ways,
shots, things.
To me, Nia is more of, I think they're going to look at her to stretch the floor. And that was something Kim also talked about, is like, someone's got to step up and be a consistent 3-point shooter. I think that could be what Nia Robertson is. And she has plenty more to her game than that. Like, Talasia Cooper does, where she can get to the rim, she can pull up in the mid-range and do those different types of things. I think that'll be something to look for, though, from Nia Robertson, is she could be one of the handful of players where it is not very clear cut right now where you're going to get a lot of those 3-point shots from. I think she could be one of the players that they rely on for that.
Well, yeah. And like, I just think we got more athletic. You're not going to have Tess Darby out there and Puckett. And like, I feel like that's a great thing, like, and we're bigger, like we're going to be better rebounding, hopefully this year. Cause I feel like we got killed on the glass because when you play the system, you're leaving open shots and then you're not being able to box out. So I just think being more athletic on the wings and different things, because I think some more athletic guards kind of killed us last season, the Texas girl and, so on and so forth. South Carolina's always got them and things like that. So I feel like we match up better during the season than we have last year.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that they looked for in the transfer portal. Like, Janiah Barker is a great
I'm excited
defender.
about her,
Yeah, and so she should be able to play both ways very well, and she's versatile and can defend multiple positions. If you look at Jersey Wolfenbarger, she is someone that she has the height to defend, an SEC level center, but she can also get out on the perimeter and do different types of things. So I agree.
Like,
I think
Latham a little bit.
Yeah, and Alyssa Latham too. She was someone that looks like a different player so far. Like, I think she could take a significant jump this year, and it's kind of a natural jump too, where you're going from your first year in a new system as a sophomore, and now you're going into your second year as a junior. You'd expect there to be an improvement, but she's someone too that I think she could stretch the floor and play a lot for Tennessee this year. But yeah, overall, I mean, you mentioned the rebounding, which I think it's an interesting thing too, because you're pressing.
Yeah.
So on the offensive end, they get more offensive rebounds because you already want to be under the basket to press. So you're kind of already there. On the defensive end, it's tricky though, because part of you wants to run in transition and part of you wants to be there for that. So it is a balance they have to have. But that's where I do think, having Z Spearman, having Jersey Wolfenbarger, and then even some of the other, bigger wings, whether that's Janiah Barker or the freshman in Jada Civil or someone like that. Like, I think the rebounding should maybe be a tick better. I think you're right. I think they're probably a little more athletic overall, and that should only help what Kim Caldwell wants to do in this system.
Did y'all see Danny Cannell's top 12 this week?
It was ridiculous. Was Florida State won?
No. So he might be playing chess when we're all playing checkers here, because Danny Cannell does a good job on Cover 3. I love listening to their podcast, Bud Elliott and company. They're good. But this is some next level stuff because he knows that the SEC fans are going to come after him depending on how he does this, right? So he puts LSU at 1, which
I don't hate it.
I mean, LSU's not I think that's a little egregious after 1 week.
Well, they had the best win. You can't tell me it wasn't the best win this
I don't think that was the best win. I think Miami beating Notre Dame was probably
Really?
the best win. Notre Dame was in the national championship game a year ago. I mean, that was a big
But
win
that was
for
at
the
home.
Canes.
Miami was at home.
It was at home, but it's still a big win. I think it's
and LSU's facing a returning quarterback who is supposed to be, I mean, you can argue if he is or
Yeah.
not, but he's supposed to be the next big thing, and he's returning, and it's at
I mean, if you want to say
Clemson.
it's like 1A, 1B, but I still think, LSU.
One of the best defenses in the
yeah.
country.
LSU had won a season opener. And
I agree. LSU is not the number 1 team in the country. Do they have the best win so far? I think so.
Okay. I'll listen to it.
Okay, well, anyway, continue.
Yeah.
What Danny
So
said.
he's got LSU first. So no one can come after him where he's like, oh, you didn't. There's an anti-LSU or anti-SEC bias. Ohio State 2. That's fair. Beating Texas. 3 Miami. 4 Florida State. 4 Florida State. It's incredible stuff. Auburn.
Yeah.
5.
Auburn, ridiculous.
Auburn. South Carolina 6. Georgia Tech 7.
What?
Tennessee 8. Tennessee 8. Iowa State 9.
What is he doing?
USF. There might be a USF number 10. Nebraska, who
What?
should have lost to Cincinnati on Friday night
There's
at
no way
11.
this is real.
This is real. Number 12,
Kick him
Utah
off college
Utes.
football coverage.
Utah Utes, number 12.
I do respect to the degree of if you lose your first game, you're not in my rankings. I respect that. I do.
I feel like that was a loss for Nebraska. Brennan
I mean,
Sorsby.
that's the issue is I don't know why the win over Colorado for Georgia
Are they
Tech
even in the top
or that
25?
Like,
Who?
Those are
Nebraska.
Oh,
surely not.
I don't think so.
They did not. They
I
didn't
mean,
look great in that Cincinnati game.
That was a terrible game.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a joke.
I mean, it's just one of those where Auburn at 5 is
That is
objectively
so-
hilarious.
Yeah.
Come
What
on.
did they do against Baylor that makes you think that?
I mean, Baylor threw for over 400 yards. I mean, Baylor couldn't run the ball. They weren't able to get through, but Baylor, I don't know.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the AP poll, Auburn would be 27 if it was expanded. Georgia Tech would be 28, and then you go down.
Nebraska would be like 35.
Nebraska's they're down there.
Who
Nebraska
did
with
Georgia
13
Tech?
total
Georgia
points.
Tech beat who?
Colorado on the road.
Yeah, it's a joke.
That's not a good enough win to me.
It's not a
that
bad
you're like,
win,
oh,
but
it's a
it's
top
not
10
like-
team.
it's not a top
and so
12,
same with Auburn beating Baylor was not like, oh yeah, it's a top 5 team.
I'm a big Baylor guy. I had them winning the Big 12 this
I think
year,
I
but
could see Florida State like 12, but not 4.
I wouldn't even go 12. I mean, Florida State, I would put them in the top 25 after that. Maybe 25th.
I think that's fair. I think you
24th
have to
of them.
respect they played what was presumed to be one of the better teams in the country, and they
Yeah.
won the
favorite.
game. You
Yeah.
have to reward them with the useless top 25 ranking. This
Right.
early I really don't even mind Florida State at 14 right here. It all
14 or
evens-
4?
14
Okay.
in the AP
Yeah.
poll.
Yeah.
It all evens out at the
Yeah.
end. So that's what I'm saying. The first couple weeks, I don't mind it when you do get a little recency bias in it where it's like, yeah, LSU has maybe the best win in the
Yeah.
country. Sure, if you want to put them at number 1, I really don't think that's the end of the world. You took care of business. You got a good
Yeah.
win. You did what you did. The other ones, though, where it's like, was it a good win for Auburn? Sure. Does it maybe want you to sneak them into the top 25 for it? Maybe. I still wouldn't even go that far. Number 5 is that is far from, even if you're going like, well, these were the 12 teams with the best wins.
Yeah.
That was not the 5th best win in the
No.
country.
Not at all.
When we come back, we'll continue the Tennessee conversation on the recruiting front and a whole lot more. Stick with us. It's Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun Radio app.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282.
4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, I'm Bo Cregner with the Cregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, the real estate market, like all other markets impacted by the economy, is changing all the time. And it's never been more important to be personally represented by a trusted real estate specialist. I can't emphasize enough how important it is when selling or buying to be individually represented. Call me today for a free consultation. My number is 865-742-1035, and my website is bonowshouses.com.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit menspro-knoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fanrun and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
The Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on that Fanrun Radio app. You can call or text us, 865-966-3435. It's a way to jump in here today. You can also comment on the live stream. We're over there on youtube.com/FanRunSports. More and more subs each and every day there. And if you want to watch us, you can do so by just checking us out over there on Fanrun Sports on the YouTube channel. So make sure you join the chat and comment, like, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. You watch us. There are all kinds of different ways you can be a part of the Chase Monday through Friday, 1 to 3, where you get Ryan Sylvia of Rocky Top Insider on Wednesdays right here on the Chase, along with Brett Hoolander and Garrett Armbrist. Whew, this is for you and I, but I think this will be something that Brett will like to hear, Ryan Sylvia, when it comes to where Tennessee's at on the recruiting trail this cycle. Adam Gorney does a great job over there at Rivals. Quote, Tennessee entering historic territory with elite recruiting class. I might just have to send that on repeat every morning to Brett Hoolander. Just a reminder, just no context, just at any point in the morning, just be like, hey, Brett.
I've not hated on the recruiting.
It's
I
not
was
even
upset
hated.
I was upset we didn't get Hyder.
Yeah.
I like the running backs. I thought he would help more than Keys.
The last 2 cycles have been tough for you then.
Yes.
No blue chippers in the last 2 cycles.
Cross my fingers for 2027. That kid at Baylor.
We got to get you to Baylor. You see him up close, man. David Gabriel George.
He'll listen to me. Wear my shirt.
Are we not calling DeJuan Morris a blue chip guy?
He's not. I mean, he's a 3-star everywhere, right?
I don't think so.
I thought was Baker not rated higher than him?
Baker wasn't higher, but Baker was 100% 3-star at all 3. But he played a powerhouse, man.
That's why I thought he was being higher, yeah.
Yeah. No, he played at Beeford.
Okay. DeJuan Morris 3-star on 247 and new Rivals. I think on old Rivals he was a 4-star.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
So, I mean, again, but it doesn't really matter. Dylan Sampson was a 3-star, 4-star blended guy, depending on where you looked, and he was SEC Offensive Player of the Year last year. Jalen Wright, solid 3-star from North Carolina, track guy, and developed into a 4th-round pick in the NFL draft.
Didn't we have, though, almost the opposite? We thought Heupel could plug and play a wide receiver at first, in 21, 22. Oh, we can stick any wide receiver out here. They're going to be successful. Now it's kind of changed to where, we can stick any running back in and we'll be fine. It's kind of weird how that's kind of seems to have flipped because Hyatt and all these guys weren't, what Keys is or whatever these top guys are. It never seems like, we've needed a top guy in any of these positions.
I mean, that's why you definitely need Keys, right? That's why he's so important where you're he's
and I think it's also the schedule's going to change. You're going to 9 conference games. You're going to play a much tougher schedule guaranteed starting next year. You're not going to have, I don't think you can get away with only 7 wide receivers or whatever. And not the top level guys. I think that's why you see us on Hiders and Darius Gray and Tristan Keys. You're going to have to continue to do that because your schedule is not going to get, even with the 3 permanent opponents. I mean, it's still going to be a difficult schedule year in and year out moving forward.
And we all agree that one of the things that's really important that we preserve in the 2026 schedule and beyond is that the Kentucky rivalry is one that you can't lose if you're Tennessee football as we go to 9 conference games. The barrel is obviously a big part of it, but in terms of just atmosphere, sports talk every week, one of the things we can't lose is Tennessee, Kentucky.
You can't lose Florida, though.
We can lose Florida.
No.
We'll get Florida every.
No, I can't.
You get Florida 2 in 4 years.
You get Kentucky every.
You would rather Florida than Kentucky?
That's the bigger rival for me growing up.
But you're going to get Florida 2 out of 4 years.
It's the bigger rival, but if you're a Tennessee fan, certainly you got to put that to the side to get Kentucky every year, right?
I don't know. I mean,
you got to get
I
Kentucky.
think I care more about Kentucky when it comes to basketball.
But would you really, in a 9-team conference schedule
you just want
era?
The easy win.
I didn't say that. I'm saying
nothing.
The
SEC is not going to allow you to have Vanderbilt and Kentucky on your schedule in two of the 3 opponents that you have to play every year. It's just not going to happen.
They would if they had the courage, Garrett Armbrist, and I encourage Greg Sankey to do the right thing here and preserve the Kentucky rivalry.
It's not a rivalry.
Look,
they don't beat us. It's a waste of a game,
Brett.
You know that.
Brett, I am trying to put out the narrative that Tennessee cannot lose Kentucky.
It's not a reason.
It is. I want to be in the playoff more often. I want to be in the playoff.
I think any coach right now needs to do their best to position themselves to secure the easiest schedule
100%.
of all time. And I think Tennessee is in a fantastic spot to try to do that.
Yes. If we can pull off Kentucky, Brett, you're going to be upset if we lose Florida every year and we get Kentucky.
I am, but part of me enjoys at least having the difficulty of trying to go down the swamp and beat them. I haven't seen it.
we're gonna get a cam. We need a live cam on Brett this November in.
I had to do
Gainesville.
voluntary reaction last year after the Florida game.
How was that?
I mean, luckily we won.
Yeah.
Luckily that would have been a bad night. Merce didn't get hurt. I think we lose that game.
I mean, that's one of those games. I remember.
There's just something awesome about that rivalry. That's a rivalry.
I don't disagree, but
let's get Auburn in the mix.
There's no way we get Auburn.
Let's do Auburn. Let's do Auburn over Florida. And
well, the reason we don't get Auburn is because of Auburn.
Yeah,
getting
that would be
Bama
unfair for Auburn.
Because
you
can't lose Georgia and Bama.
Have way tougher permanent opponents than us, even if we kept Florida.
I mean, look, it might.
I mean, how long is Florida going to have Napier still? Is Bama trending down?
Well, to me, it's Florida is always going to, like Tennessee was for 20 years while they were bad. They were always a threat to get to be good. Like all the resources and stuff, it was the perfect storm to be good again. Florida's the same, but Kentucky is not that. Kentucky does not get
awful.
So if you're Tennessee, you got Tennessee getting Kentucky every year. Oh my gosh, that would be.
Fantastic.
They would have the easiest schedule in the SEC every year.
100%. I wouldn't even say easiest. I mean, many are saying Vanderbilt and Kentucky are the two programs to watch here over the next couple of years.
Why don't we just try and get Mississippi State instead of Alabama then?
Look, I don't. Who says no?
Well, Chase wants the opportunity to go see his Crimson Tide in Knoxville every other year. He'd be distraught if he could only go every 4 years.
This is just what a
Crimson
bit.
Chase.
This is
not a bit.
This is an unbelievable bit that we're sticking to here. But I do think Garrett's. I mean, he's grossed out by keeping Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
Good.
He wants no part of it. I can tell.
I said the other day I don't want to. I just don't want to do that.
Why?
I would rather play Florida it's a much more fun game.
Yes.
Is it more fun?
Well, you know what's going to be the most fun game if you're a fan going to a game at Neyland Stadium. The most fun game that you could go to is a playoff game at home, which Tennessee has a better chance to get to if they play Kentucky than Florida.
Sylvia and I we're on two opposite sides of the glass here.
It's a
glass divided.
You go 2-6 in the conference. Congratulations.
Lexington and Vanderbilt are the two worst atmospheres in the SEC.
Look, Kroger Field, they're making some adjustments there. They anchor
It's
down.
not
They've
good.
added
Kroger
an end
needs
zone.
to get out of that thing. Kroger needs to buy their way out of that thing. They shouldn't even have a name for what that place is.
They've added 250 seats to the end zone at Vanderbilt.
250 seats?
Wow.
It's
calm
two
down.
more opportunities for Tennessee fans to go to games.
Yeah.
You could get cheap tickets, short drive. That's just two more home games for Tennessee.
100%.
Or we could just
The
host
part
Florida.
of it is keeping the first thing it says when you talk about the permanent opponents is rivalry.
Yeah.
Kentucky's a rival.
No, they're not. Stop. It's not a rivalry. Not when you beat them 38 of the last 40 years. It's not
I don't
a rivalry.
know of any barrel involved in Florida,
That's
Tennessee.
true,
It's because it's still hidden somewhere here that I don't even know why we put a barrel in this game.
I mean, Tennessee and Kentucky have played every year since 19.
That used to be our last game. Vanderbilt's only a recent adjustment.
I'm not arguing that.
Kentucky is a better Vanderbilt than Vanderbilt.
Game year in and year out.
I mean, they
want
played
3 quality games
every year.
Do you know what I'd rather do?
1919.
That'll be all right for a couple.
Yeah, I would drop Vanderbilt over
It's 100
Kentucky.
years.
I would rather play
fine.
Kentucky every year than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt
Why
does
do you wanna
nothing
play
for me.
Yeah.
Kentucky does nothing for me. I'd much rather play the in-state school.
Do you?
Yes.
Tennessee Vanderbilt's
Yes,
awful every
yes.
year. It's just an awful
But
game.
it's
We're going to
the
blow them out most
in-state-
years.
It's the in-state rival, though.
It's not a rival. If we're going to talk,
What do you mean it's not? What?
they're not a rival. They're not a peer.
They're more of a rival than
They're not a
Kentucky.
peer. They're not a rival.
It's like saying South Carolina and Clemson
Yes,
are rivals.
yes.
They're not. I mean, they haven't been rivals in a long time.
Kentucky's rival is Louisville.
You're losing me here. You got to pick one side of this.
I'm straddling a lot of fences here, but the point is, I would much rather play Kentucky year over year than Florida every year. And you keep talking about you loving
What's
Florida.
the reason for not playing Florida? Just because they're harder?
Not just harder.
That's it. That's all you said.
Florida shouldn't
You
even
said
be harder.
Kentucky is because it's an easier opponent. That's all you've said.
I never
about
said
them.
that's your word. Those are your
I'll
words.
admit
You
that.
guys
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Thank you.
That's what Sylvia's saying.
I think if
I want to
if
make
you're
the
looking at
playoff by
this-
the easiest schedule.
If you're looking at this from the Tennessee side of things, you want Kentucky and Vanderbilt because they're
Yes.
remarkably two easy games, and for no other reason. If you're any other school in the SEC, if you're South Carolina right now, you're going, I hate Tennessee. That's nothing to me.
I could already see
you're trying to get the
though,
easiest
in
games.
a couple years.
Yeah, give me Vandy.
And then in a couple years, I can already see it. The 9-win team that played LSU, Alabama, and
Yes.
someone else gets in over the 10-win team of Tennessee, who struggled against the Kentucky team on the road.
0-win Kentucky team.
I don't know if we'll get
I don't see
I'll
that
have
either.
to see the precedent for that set before
Yes.
we get there because there were better 9-win teams last year than 10-win teams probably, and the 10-win teams got in.
Tennessee's going to get in with 10 wins. especially in a
any
16
SEC
team
that
playoff.
wins 10 games is in.
100%.
Any SEC team, that's the bar.
Especially in a 16 team playoff era where there's 5 plus 11 model where you have a bunch of at large. Tennessee's getting in 10 times out of 10 at 10.
We don't know that.
At 10-2, 100%.
At 10-2, yes.
1,000%.
If you win 10 games in the SEC, you are going to the college.
I just don't want to see Kentucky and Vanderbilt on the schedule every.
Do you we're still getting 8 other great conference games.
Yeah, but you can get that with Kentucky. The same thing you're arguing for Florida. You're going to see them every couple of seasons. You're going to get the same thing with Kentucky.
But you're getting a harder schedule. Your path to the CFP
you
is
don't know
a lot
what the
more
rest of the schedule looks like.
I know it won't be as good as having Kentucky and
They
Vanderbilt.
put Mississippi State on there and all these bad teams.
There's not that many bad teams in the bottom tier of the SEC. There's only a couple. And
Arkansas.
I mean, Arkansas can make a great hire this offseason. Missouri's a tough. I mean, they kicked our tail the last time we played Missouri.
I'm curious, Chase. You say it's not because Kentucky's the easiest team in the SEC. Then why do you want to play Kentucky?
Look, I think and let me be clear. If Greg Sankey or anyone in the SEC commissioner's office is listening to this very program, what I can speak
I hope they
for,
are not listening to you.
No, I hope they are because I want to speak for all of the Tennessee fan base. Brett is not
Put
there.
the pole in the field, Chase.
Put the what?
Put the pole in the field.
I don't need that. I already
yes,
have.
You do because I think more people would be on our side over here. And you two over there.
I don't know. I just think, by and large, it's all about making the playoff. I think it's about ultimately preserving the richest college football rivalry tradition in football.
Tennessee, Kentucky, the richest rivalry in college football.
You can't find a list anywhere with Kentucky and Tennessee on in the rivalry.
It's not even in the top 20.
No, not. I was going to say top 100. You're golly.
I can't imagine a fall Saturday without Tennessee, Kentucky.
Oh, come on.
Gosh. What are you doing?
Maybe a February basketball game I couldn't imagine, but a football game?
I think it's all sports. Kentucky plays small ball and baseball. Tennessee plays powerball.
You're not helping.
It's just one of those things where you just can't imagine. I can't. There's a lot of squinting.
I can't imagine not playing Florida.
Yes, that would be impossible.
That's a beautiful, beautiful thought to not play Florida every single season because it's funny. Like even the 2 wins of the Heupel era have been nauseating.
So what's your rivalry list for Tennessee in football?
Look, can we play Kentucky twice?
I'm just saying. I'm curious to know, like, where does Kentucky fall?
The precedent has been set for Tennessee to play Kentucky twice. I believe it was in 1933 or 34. They played twice in 1 year.
Who says no?
Let's see.
Do you know what? There's only one thing better than a fall Saturday with Tennessee and Kentucky on the gridiron. It's 2 fall Saturdays with Tennessee and Kentucky on the gridiron.
You look at the Tennessee-Kentucky game as your favorite game of the fall?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those
games.
Chase.
1944, Tennessee won at home against Kentucky on September 30th and won on the road at Kentucky on November 25th. The precedent has been set. If the SEC wants to do the right thing and honor these historic rivalries, Tennessee should get Kentucky twice every year.
Yeah.
I just can't even believe you're putting in the same breath.
So
like that's the most shocking thing. I'm so mad you're saying rivalry.
You get more hyped up when Kentucky comes to play at Neyland than when Alabama comes to play at Neyland?
I'm sorry. One of them is spooky season where we're in the dark mode.
This is an all-time bad take.
It really is.
But we're also – Alabama's not a part of the conversation because Alabama's untouchable.
I'm telling you. I'm surprised you're not trying to move them out, though, to be honest.
No,
I want the easy win.
3rd Saturday in October.
Let's argue for Mississippi State. Again.
No. Bama untouched. Like Bama every 3rd Saturday of October for the rest of my life.
I think it's Alabama, Vanderbilt, Florida is untouched.
No, the Florida part of it, happy trails to Tennessee, Florida every year, and let's preserve the 2 richest rivalries in the SEC: Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Kentucky. I think that's what we got to do.
The number 1 rivalry in the what did you say in the country? Tennessee and Kentucky.
I mean, that's one of those things.
It's up there.
It's certainly up there. Not just
Alabama,
Auburn,
baseball, football. Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, Florida State, Clemson, South Carolina. Kentucky is bigger rivals with Louisville than they are rivals with us.
I know.
I'm just this is surprising because I'm just looking at this from a perspective of what Tennessee would want, and I'm just very surprised that you 2 guys do not want Tennessee to have the easiest.
I'm not arguing it's not an easier win against Kentucky. I just want it for my personal watching.
Okay. I respect. I can tip my cap and respect.
I mean, as a fan, I would
that's
rather.
Number 1 rivalry.
Yeah. Do you know what I've enjoyed more the last 4 years?
What's that?
The Tennessee Kentucky games and the Tennessee Florida games. and it's not even close.
How?
This is just a bit now. Don't even listen to him. Don't even listen. Don't even listen.
I mean,
just
the
a bit. He just
2022
kinda
game
gets
was
riled
fun
up.
because we got the number 1 in the country, but like last year was not like that great of a game.
No, you just it's one of those.
I had much more fun at the checkerboard the checkerboard Florida game than I did the.
I'm not even mad if I have to miss that game on a Saturday, like the Kentucky-Tennessee game.
Oh,
I'd
no.
get mad. I'd rather go hike. I hate hiking.
Do you hate hiking?
Yes.
Hiking's great.
Ugh. I need to go hike right now. I'm so angry. This is just an all-time.
You guys are gonna miss it when
Just stop
Tennessee's
saying
not
rivalry.
playing
If you want to argue
Kentucky.
Tennessee, Kentucky, and put them on, just don't say rivalry, please.
I think Sylvia hit the nail on the head. If we can find a way to
What
get
is-
Kentucky
how
on
long
the
have we
schedule
been
twice.
Twice, yeah.
How long have we been playing Florida?
I mean, that's a newer rivalry.
That is true.
Like that is a Tennessee.
It is a newer rivalry, but like 1890 to 1940 is not modern day football. Like they were playing with leather helmets. Like,
Wow.
yes, I respect
respect.
I respect the history of college football, but at the same time, like no one in this generation grew up watching those games. We grew up watching great battles. Y'all grew up watching great battles of the late 90s, early 2000s Tennessee Florida games.
No, it was Tim Couch all over our household.
Yeah. I mean,
One great
where were
player
you
they
when
ever had.
Kentucky diced up Tennessee in 2020?
I mean,
Well, let's just say when Randall Cobb beat us, right?
Well, look, I mean, Andre Woodson.
The great
Don't
Randall
let
Cobb.
Andre
How do we let him out of the state?
2017
How do
in
we let him out of the
Lexington,
state?
29-26 Kentucky win was chills. If you're a college football fan and you don't like that, I don't know what
How
you
do we
like.
let Randall Cobb out of the state? Golly.
You're sitting
It's
here-
right up there with T. Higgins and Amari Rodgers. How do they
You
get
play
out of the
twice a year. One of them's at Neyland. It's on Halloween weekend.
Yes.
Wish that I was.
You know how the
that's
control
chills.
of-
That's chills every time.
100%. You don't get that with Tennessee, Florida. Like one of the harder things to do is fill out Neyland Stadium when Florida's coming to town. You don't have to worry about Tennessee, Kentucky.
That's just false.
You got to coordinate the color. They always do checker Neyland for
Yeah,
the Florida game.
it's just
so you guys got to show
Wear a
I'm
black
in the white
jersey.
section of the orange. I'm sure it's
Goodness
a pain
gracious.
for you guys.
Yeah, like when it's Tennessee, Kentucky, you just know it's dark mode.
We got it. We have a comment on YouTube. Tennessee, Florida, hardly a rivalry. Only been playing since 1992. Very one-sided.
See, anonymous YouTube commenter
Anonymous
has posted. Case closed.
It's not case closed.
I would just
It's
rather
just a
see
dumb,
Florida.
dumb take.
I would just rather see Florida,
It's
Tennessee.
just so dumb.
I think we all landed on the perfect solution, which is
Tell him to look up the Kentucky Tennessee history while he's at it. If he's busy searching things.
I don't know what to tell you. Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh, we have another
we
one.
got two more.
We got everyone's jumping into the Tennessee, Kentucky Defense Fund here because definitely Kentucky over Florida. The
Because
objective
they're
is
soft. Everybody's soft.
Oh, now
They're soft.
We're all soft, Sylvia.
They are.
We're all soft.
Give me the easy win. Might as well not even play
I'm
that
trying
game.
to cover a college football playoff game again. All right.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious. I don't know how you'd want to cover a playoff game after going to Kroger Field. Your season's made. Why do you want somebody to come down here and play us in December?
That seems weak to me, though. As someone that appreciates college football, because you have teams like Indiana that say, "Oh, we say
Let's take
Indiana
off
doesn't have a easy. They have an easy schedule," and then we're like, "Well, why don't we go ahead and create the easiest schedule we could?" Because if we play Vanderbilt and Kentucky and then don't schedule non-conference games against good teams, we've essentially done what they've done. Almost.
Well, hold on. We have the non-conference games scheduled through 2031.
We're going to cancel those.
You
I
could
bet.
cancel them, though.
You can't go play Big Bad Kentucky.
You
and
could
then
cancel
play
them. Say
somebody-
we're going to go play
You
Vanderbilt.
can't cancel them because the SEC still requires one big Power 4 non-conference game. We're not
You could
canceling
go
those.
play. You could go play Rutgers, or you could go play Northwestern. And say
But I mean,
that's-
we got West Virginia, we got Georgia Tech, obviously with 2, and then we got Washington in a home and home too. Like
I
we're
understand
settled
they're-
up for
no,
the next
they're-
6
they're
years.
good games. I'm just saying that by saying, "Oh, we want to play Vanderbilt and Kentucky," that's the same thing as saying like, "Oh, the Big Ten doesn't have a good schedule." You're running from competition.
Would you? So were you upset when it was Syracuse this year? You wish they opened at Ohio State?
No, I think Syracuse is a good opponent. I'm just saying in the future you could cancel those games if you. It's not going to happen. I'm just saying hypothetically you could cancel those games and put a smaller team on the schedule to create the easiest path to the playoff possible. If that's actually what you wanted to do,
Sylvia, would you?
It's not going to happen. But I'm just saying it could. You could do it.
Is there Syracuse, Tennessee potential year in year out? I
I
think we
mean-
saw enough there where
Yeah, 1998, 2001. I want to say is the other time they played.
there's a lot more there too. But
You look at some more comments. Tennessee has played Kentucky more than any other team. Historic rivalry, Battle of I-75. They should be playing twice every season.
100%.
This guy, shout out Cajun Vol.
Such
He really wants the
people.
barrel
Just-
back.
just
Cajun
such-
Ball wants
this
the
is
barrel
so
back.
I respect
I'm
it.
100
The barrel's
we are
awesome.
so weak.
Do you know how
we are so weak.
Cajun
right
Ball's commitment to the barrel, which is a great thing.
When was, when was the last time the barrel was around?
Ooh, was it post Peyton? Did we even see it post Peyton?
You know, the anonymous YouTube comment was Ryan Shumpert.
I don't know who that is personally.
Thank
We also
you, Ryan
have.
Shump.
We'll give a shout out to BS Osborne as well. Definitely Kentucky over Florida. The objective is to make the playoffs. I've been a fan of a little over 50 years. Keeping the Gators impedes our ability to make the playoffs. Common sense is keep UK.
We are so.
He's saying,
so
and then
soft,
he follows
man.
up. Remember
This is so
when
soft.
Tennessee played Georgia Tech yearly in the 1970s and 80s? It's a good point.
It's a great point.
Got into the Vols Gators game in 1984 in Neyland for $2.50.
I just think the end of discussion.
That's how good that rivalry is. $2.50 for a ticket no one wants to go.
100%. An unbiased Ryan Shumpert at the end to put a bow on it. We got to go to break. Tennessee has played Kentucky more than any other team. Historic rivalry, battle of I-75.
It's not a
It's
rivalry.
over.
Quit. Why is it a rivalry? I don't understand this.
Stick with us as we continue the Tennessee rivalry conversation. We wrap up here on a Wednesday. It's The Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on the Fanrun Radio app.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Are you tired of trying to squeeze your dental appointments in on your lunch break or before you go to work? Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making going to the dentist easier. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. To take advantage of our new evening hours, make your appointment now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just call us at 865-539-1776. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Hey, football fans, this is Stats.
And this is the Sheik, and together we are the Cover Boys, and we cover college football like no one else.
Each week, we preview all the big games in college football, and we may not tell you who's going to win, but we'll tell you who's going to cover.
Our patented right sides are clicking at 66% against the spread all time.
So join us right here every Friday evening at 8 for the Cover Boys on the official voice of Tennessee fans, Fan Run Radio.
And enjoy the winners, everyone.
It's The Chase right here on Fanrun Radio, Fox Sports Knoxville, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and always streaming for free on the Fanrun Radio app. Glad that Ryan Sylvia, Bracket Up Insider, myself, could put a bow on who should be Tennessee's permanent rivals here. The other side of the glass, I think we flipped them Ryan Sylvia.
I would agree. I think by the end of that,
mics off. I should have just done the intro. Finally, we got those two Kentucky fans out of here.
Crimson Chase, Wildcat Chase.
Yeah,
Big Blue
Thomas. Yeah,
I just think we all agree that we do need to bring back the beer barrel. Like, and Cajun Vol made a point here. Disappeared in 1997. No one knows who has it. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. That needs to get brought back. And then we got to do a continued Smokey research here because Smokey was not on the sidelines for Syracuse on Saturday. It's a big this Saturday, week 2. It's a get right week for a lot of Tennessee's
freshmen. The rivalry game, Kentucky.
Oh, look,
bring him on the road.
I mean, Smokey on the road is great. Smokey
if
in
he's
the cold weather.
I will say, if you're worried about how Smokey's dealing with crowded noise, bringing him to Lexington would be a good call.
Yeah,
he would be very content there.
Very content at Kroger Field. Kroger Field. I mean, it's one of those places where, I mean, Sylvia, you and I, in the group chat, one of the things we talk about is like we clear the calendar in terms of like that week because we know.
Oh yeah, you got to mark that off. That's like, hey, no weddings that weekend.
No weddings.
I'm not missing that for anything.
No calls, no texts.
No calls, no texts.
It's one of those deals.
Off the grid type of preparation.
When my wife and I were planning our wedding 3 years ago, some people were like, "Oh, where do we go?" And I was like, "Well, I know one weekend we can't have our wedding. It's Tennessee, Kentucky weekend."
Yeah. We got James Price in the YouTube comments. Kentucky, Vandy, and Bama is his pick.
See,
I think
we're starting a movement here.
People understand how important that rivalry is.
B.S. Osborne said, "I would rather play Auburn every year. We played them annually until 1992, and the SEC expansion happened." Yeah, I would like Auburn, but Auburn is, when you talk about no chance of a rivalry, Auburn getting Bama, Georgia, and Tennessee as their permanent rivals, I think that's going to be a hard pass.
We do for your Kentucky or your Florida point. If Florida got pinned with Tennessee, that would be a brutal 3 for them. That would not be fair.
Who would they get?
They would get
Georgia,
and LSU,
South Carolina,
LSU,
right?
LSU would be one, and it'd be LSU, Tennessee, and Georgia. Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Fair.
No, and they keep trying to make the LSU thing happen. It's just
we'd have the easiest one by far.
I don't think so. Have you seen
with Kentucky?
When Kentucky's rolling, man.
Kentucky won 10
when
games.
When have they
like
ever been
rolling?
Yeah, 100%.
The year they were rolling, we beat them 44-6.
I mean, they're a Liam Cohen offensive coordinator away from being one of the scarier teams in the SEC.
Goodness gracious!
You can't overstate just how important it is. And we got another one, B.S. Osborne.
Did you see
another one? The same guy.
Well, it's a different. No, James Price.
I'm just afraid you're typing over there.
He is on the
You're
burner.
B.S. Osborne, aren't you?
Nope.
I can't see your hands.
I don't know what to tell you. What do you mean? You can see me right here. No. And Sylvia's actually a hard typer. We've learned today, so you'll know if Sylvia's involved in any shenanigans over here. Because
I'll be any of you guys in a words per minute race, though.
Oh, 100%. You don't want the smoke of Ryan Sylvia on the keyboards when it's the Clacken season here. He's ready to go.
I mean, see me post game Kentucky in the press box. He's just pumping out content.
You can write that before the game.
But isn't it crazy because Sylvia
Tennessee wins again?
Well,
this
Sylvia,
is not a rivalry.
People forget about 2020.
100%.
Tennessee got smoked in 2020.
2020 was Tennessee's worst football product on the field in decades.
Yeah.
But do you remember?
I can't think of a worse team, honestly, in the history of the program.
That was also one of the worst Neyland Stadium moments and memories of all time. Like just the vibes and everything. Just
because it was COVID, it was empty.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but I'm saying like at the half where like JT, he obviously like Shrout throws the pick to end the first half. He gets thrown in there. I mean, it was brutal.
Tennessee was fine.
It's tough when you play Kentucky, though.
That Tennessee team wasn't bad. I mean, Josh Palmer had that touchdown against South Carolina. They beat Missouri at home. They took care of business against Vandy, another historic rival. That was not the worst.
Yeah.
3 SEC wins. There's a lot of Tennessee teams that have not won 3 SEC games.
I mean, Sylvia, you were telling me off air, like, what is the most common thing you get emailed about at Rocky Top Insider since you moved over? It's like, where do y'all stand on preserving the Tennessee-Kentucky rivalry?
Exactly.
And that's something that fans are just very adamant about protecting. Is what it looks.
I wish they would announce this tomorrow, like the 3 permanent opponents, and just get done with it.
It does have to come down the pipeline
sooner rather than later. Yeah.
They can't sit on it for too long. So.
And it's going to be the best day.
And if you're an SEC commissioner somewhere in the universe right now listening to this very program, or you're in the league office, you can tell how much we care here in Knoxville, Tennessee, of preserving Tennessee,
You're
Kentucky.
Laughing every time you say the word Kentucky. That's what a joke it is.
I don't think so. jumping in here. He's saying he expects Bama, Vanderbilt, and
Vanderbilt. What'd you call him?
Ryan Shepard, though, 2017 Tennessee team is worse than the 2020 team. That's a good question.
People are talking about it. Tennessee also they didn't get smoked that year, but they lost that year.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
It's just one of those deals where you don't want to lose history and you don't want to lose the South's most underrated rivalry, which is Tennessee-Kentucky.
We need to get a good nickname going for that game.
Yeah. Because there's just so much.
So going to Lexington's better than going to Gainesville?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's a much easier drive.
Much easier
Makes my
drive.
life a lot easier.
Better views.
Better views?
Yeah.
What do you mean better views?
I don't know about you, but I get pretty fired up when I see bluegrass.
You're talking all this junk about Kentucky. How about in 1893 when they beat Tennessee 56-0?
Remember it well, but
yeah.
Goodness gracious, you guys.
Do you know what great Tennessee Florida memory I have in the 21st century?
What's that?
I'm still waiting on it. I'm still waiting.
Oh, we probably wouldn't have won the national championship if we didn't get past that 98 Kentucky team.
I'm just saying. Kentucky's a coach away, man.
Yeah.
No. Mark Stoops had them rolling, man.
53 players as well.
Zach Calzada, same pipeline as Cam Ward out of Incarnate Word. That's a game to watch.
Zach Calzada. Isn't that what you order? Isn't that what you order?
They're
Taco
waiting
Bell?
for John Summerall.
Benny Snell was fantastic. Lynn Bowden
Benny
Jr.
Snell, great pull.
Come on, QB1.
Yeah, Cole makes a good point. You're weighing 2 auto W's for the next 2 decades versus a team you haven't beaten on the road in 22 years. That's a mic drop from Cole there.
Yeah.
I think it's done. There's no more conversation to be had. Florida's out. Kentucky's in.
You're right. Florida's in. Kentucky's out.
Did I say it backwards?
Yes.
Oof. You got me frazzled here.
No, you said it right.
Where were you when Tennessee and Kentucky tied 10-10 in 1960? That's what college football is all about.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's coming off of a 3-game losing streak.
Does Tennessee even have a hit with the dark mode uniforms without Kentucky coming to town?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And we
Didn't we look good in the Smoky Grays when we're beating Florida?
No.
What?
I'm out on Smoky Gray too.
Yeah.
It was fun
Juwan
while it
Jennings.
lasted.
That wasn't fun. We even spotted him 21-3 lead.
What was fun was in 1958 when the Wildcats came to Knoxville and knocked off Tennessee 6-2.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What was their field called back then?
I don't know. Man, the rivalry just goes back. We could do a whole show on just the Tennessee-Kentucky football history.
Y'all are just so soft. It's so crazy. Everybody's typing right now, so soft, hiding behind their screens. Call us. Tell us about it.
This BS Osborne, my favorite commenter of the day, says keeping the Cats is important to us older Vol fans. From BS
Don't let your hands
Osborne.
out, Chase. I know you're typing over there.
I'm not typing, man. We're talking about what the people want, and the people in Big Orange Nation overwhelmingly want Kentucky over Florida as that third permanent rival.
I mean, this doesn't change. If
I need a
Tennessee
break.
gets Florida,
I'm sorry. Are we not for the fans right here on Fanrun Radio?
I think it's the end of the show, Chase.
I think we just got cut off from my own show.
You told me 55 is when we start this music. I'm just doing as the boss says.
For Ryan Sylvia, Garrett Armbrust.
No Wildcats.
I'm not doing that. Brett Holander. It's a rivalry, Brett.
they do the after touchdowns the first time, do the Wildcat scream.
I'll probably have been this over that barrel.
Chase is back tomorrow at 1 o'clock.